Hello everyone and welcome to Eat Well with Azar. We believe that it's possible to manage and improve certain health conditions through the food we eat. Foods that can help to prevent and or reduce the severity of cold and flu symptoms by strengthening the immune system. Mother Nature has provided us with all the nutrients and medications we need to stay healthy. She has offered us with the fruits and vegetables containing all the vitamins and minerals our immune system needs to prevent or fight the illnesses. In our program, we are not only going to talk about healing power of food and how to prevent illnesses and diseases, but we suggest specific food ingredients that may help to promote and improve all your health issue concerns. When we create our recipes, we attempt to include maximum number of the nutrients that we know to have maximum benefits for that health issues. Today, we are talking about cold and flu, and my guest is Mrs. Elsa Lam. Elsa has been a pharmacist for the past 25 years and is the founder of Golden Health Pharmacy. She is a certified food for life instructor of Physician Committee for Responsible Medicine. Golden Health Pharmacy provides nutritional education in conjunction with pharmacy services in chronic disease management and prevention. Thank you for being with us, Elsa.
Thank you so much for having me today. We're going to talk about the flu.
Cold and flu today. And I was going to ask you, people use cold and flu interchangeably. Is there any way you can make us understand what is the difference between cold and flu?
That's right. The cold is usually triggered by environmental allergens to our body. It can be triggered by temperature, can be triggered by allergens like pollens or anything that's allergic to the body. So the cold symptoms usually runny nose, itchy eye, it's a little bit of headache and sometimes cough as well. But the flu can only caused by influenza virus. So when we are attacked by flu, the flu symptoms usually more severe, like our whole body is reacting to this virus. So we experience a fever, entire body is in pain. A lot of time, these severe conditions will lead us to infections and cause bacterial infections. So that's the difference. Mm-hmm.
That's great. And there is always a good idea to wash our hands and clean our surfaces. And do you recommend any kind of prevention for cold and flu besides washing our hands?
Yeah, the best prevention of cold and flu is to keep our immune system up. If we have a whole health, if we are healthy, our body should naturally able to fight cold symptom or bacterial, so that is nutritionally related. In the winter time, vitamin D's, minerals, and all the nutritious dense food is very important. And also we can practice hygiene each time we wash our hands before we eat, and that's actually very, very important to prevent the flu, passing it from one to another.
What about the sanitizers? I heard some people say it's good for you, some people they say they're not good. What do you think about sanitizing our hands all the time?
Well, natural sanitizing with soap and water is actually very, very effective already. I personally don't like to use a lot of chemicals as a sanitizer. There's no need to use bleach. There's no need to use alcohol. I mean, it's the chemicals. I mean, it will cause, some people will have allergic reactions to these chemicals. And long-term use of these chemicals will cause the bacteria to be kind of like not actually working as well. And it causes immunity to these chemicals for long term. So at home, I just use sometimes natural vinegar to wipe down the counter, or just soap and water is actually plenty. It's good enough.
Well, when we were kids, my mom used to boil these turnips and ask us to breathe in the steam of the boiling turnips. And also, after that, she used to make us eat. And I don't remember that much, catching cold or flu when we were younger kids. Do you think these are the things for treatment, or you suggest other stuff for treatment?
Oh, there's a lot of natural treatments for a cold and flu. Like what your mom did is actually wonderful. And sometimes, like in Chinese medicine, my dad practiced Chinese medicine, so I know a little bit in that. So in the wintertime when we have a cold, we also use a ginger tea as well. You boil the ginger in a hot water, and then you let the temperature cool down a little bit to a lukewarm temperature, and you add honey, and local honey is preferred actually, organic local honey, and you add lemon to it and you drink it. It boosts the immune system, and you help you fight a virus and possible bacteria as well. It's actually good practice.
For the sore throat, do you think salt and lukewarm water, it works, or it's not much?
Sore throat.
For sore throat, because cold and flu comes with sore throat because of the post-nasal drip.
Right.
So to get rid of that sore throat and bacteria that grows in the throat, do you think gargling with salt and water would work?
Gargling with salt and water, I'm not quite sure, but if you add a little bit water or sea salt water to it in that water, actually it works too, and especially if you can add like ginger to it, ginger drop. You can boil the ginger water. It's very highly effective for sore throat. Instead of those chemical candy type of things or lozenges for sore throat, I prefer just use the natural ginger. It's very, very effective, and you add a little bit of honey to it. We actually have a product that they made with organic ginger and organic raw organic honey, and it's highly effective for sore throat and flu symptom.
That's great. Ginger is my thing. I have it in everything. I put it in breakfast. I eat it with lunch, dinner, everything. Sometimes I chew on raw ginger. Instead of people chew on gum, I chew on ginger, and I never chew gum, and that's. Healthier and kills the bacteria naturally, so our immune system stays happy and healthy.
Right. Keep our immune system up is actually the key to prevent.
That is what we're looking for at the end of the day, to have a strong immune system. So immune system to fight against those illnesses and diseases instead of we mask it with the medicine.
Right, and that's why this program is very important to educate people about how important it is in nutrition, in boost our immune system, and restore our total health with nutrition. And actually with nutrition is actually the root cause of a lot of people who walk around with certain type of symptoms and they don't know what to do about it. They might want to look at, basics.
Alternative.
Nutrition is it's a key. Right.
You talked about viruses and bacteria. What are the difference between virus and bacteria, and why antibiotic doesn't work on virus but it works on bacteria?
Right. Virus changes every year. So to produce something that is effective for a certain type of virus, so when the drug is available, the virus is already becoming different type. So virus is actually not effective with any pharmaceutical treatments. However, bacterial it is. Bacterial doesn't change much. So, but ultimately, if you use antibacterial, you still have to have a good immune system to finish its job, to finish it and to get yourself better and ultimately feel better. You do need to have your immune system to pick up the last piece of it.
Coming up, Elsa and I are going to help you to keep cold and flu away by making healthy, simple, nutritious, oven-roasted turnips, fennel, and potato.
That's right. A lot of people have misunderstanding of good food doesn't have much taste. But here we're going to show people that we can have good nutritious food with a fabulous taste.
I'm back with Elsa, and she's going to help me to make oven-roasted turnip, fennel, and potatoes to keep you healthy and warm during cold fall and winter seasons. Thank you again,
You're welcome.
Elsa, helping me here in the kitchen. First thing we do, we heat the oven to 400 degrees, and then I wash potato, turnip, and fennel, and also decontaminate them with white vinegar. 1 part vinegar and 3 parts of 1 part vinegar and 3 parts of water for 10 minutes. Because I'm not going to cook these to the high temperature to kill the bacteria, just in case if it has the bacteria, it would be killed before we cook them. And then I wear gloves because I wear nail polishes and I don't want my nail polish to chip and fall into the food and contaminate it that way too. So the first thing I do, we're gonna peel and cut the potatoes.
The potato? Yeah, you see the potato is very, very nutrient dense food. It has a high content of minerals, magnesium, calcium, zinc, that is extremely important for people who is fighting diabetics. And so potato is a very, very important part of a diet in us. And now we're looking at, we see she's cutting it now, and we can
add the rest of the vegetables to potatoes. And also, do you have anything else to add to the potato? And peeling the potato, sometimes I put them with the skin, but for this recipe I don't. But the skins are nutritious.
The skin is very, very nutritious too, but a lot of people they don't like the skin, but actually
it has a lot of fiber. There are a lot of fiber in the skin of potatoes, and fiber, we know it's very good for our health.
Right.
Just don't walk on it. Okay. Throw it in the trash. And the next thing is turnip. A lot of people don't know what turnip is. Turnip is this white root vegetable, and also it has a purplish bottom. And potato is a root vegetable, and fennel is a root vegetable, and they all are winter and fall vegetables. So they are good for cold and to keep the cold and flu away.
Right, and it also has antibacterial property to it, and also anti-inflammatory. And for people who is fighting a lot of flu symptoms, for example, it actually help you boost the immune system and help your body increase your inflammatory effect. So it's actually very healthy during the winter time. A lot of people use it to cook soup with it, and you can do with the soup or do it in this type of a baking. It's actually a very, very healthy way to cook it.
Actually, this recipe, it can be used for appetizer. You can use this one as a side dish with fish. It's perfect. And also, they can make it blend it in the blender and make a soup out of the whole recipe. It doesn't have to be one thing, when I make this, I make more than what I usually make, and then that is what I do. And this is fennel. Fennel is a root vegetable too. And we are going to add some fennel to this recipe also. Let me put these things in the trash. Okay.
So fennel is actually a very popular spice in a lot of cultures. They make it into powder form as well, and they use this fennel powder. You can add it into as a spice use on the for a lot of cookings as well. But fennel has an anti-bacterial effect, also anti-inflammatory effect. It's actually great to the spice, or this is actually vegetables to increase our immune system. It's actually great vegetables for us to have.
Actually, I use fennel seed on my tea in the morning, and that's because of the, it suits the stomach.
That's right. Seeds. And it's very rich in vitamins, micronutrients, vitamin Bs, and actually very rich in minerals as well.
That's great. Now Elsa is going to mix them up, and I'm going to put some ginger, grated ginger, into this, and that's it. It's
ginger is fabulous for fighting bacteria. If you have a sore throat, ginger is the substance that you might want to add into your food that will help you soothe your throat.
We talked about ginger tea earlier in the program.
I actually made ginger fried rice when I know that flu symptoms is coming, and it's very soothing in my stomach and my throat.
How do you make that?
I just stir fry. I put the ginger in the wok.
The whole ginger?
No, cut it into small pieces like that, and then you just stir fry it with rice, and you add some salt, Himalayan salt, and then stir fry it.
Right.
And that's it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And we add some garlic. And we keep it a little bit whole type of things. We don't cut it very small, or we don't chop it, so we can smell the aroma, and also we can get more benefits out of it.
Again, garlic is an excellent antibacterial. Excellent. If you know that you have a little mild infection on your throat, garlic is actually a great
Some people
substance.
swallow garlic whole.
It has great health benefits. Garlic help you balance your bacteria in your gut. Garlic help you fight bad bacteria in your throat and your gut as well. And garlic actually help you regulate fat, cholesterol as well. It's
beneficial
great.
all the way around.
Right.
And this is olive oil mixed with some the red pepper and also salt. That's all it is.
And olive oil is a fabulous substance. That the oil that I suggest everybody should have a lot of olive oil in their diet. It has a very, very high content of oleic acid. Oleic acid is one of the fat that is required to maintain our gut, the fatty layer of our gut wall. It's very, very. It keeps our heart healthy, and it's a great oil for us to use. And I suggest everybody should have a little bit of olive oil every day. And I actually dip olive oil in my bread. That's how nowadays I use that instead of butter.
That's great. Now we are going to put it on the this cookie sheet, but you can cover your cookie sheet with foil and spray it with oil or some parchment paper. But but I have these silicone cookie sheets, and then I use it so I would prevent more oil than I have already needed to do so. And we put it on top of these sheets, but we try to do not pile it on top of each other. We just separate them from and try to make some gap between them so they cook evenly. And also we cut them even so one doesn't come out uncooked and the other one, one pieces are burned before the other ones. So this is. And would you, and my hands are would you please put them in the oven?
So let's put this in the oven that we preset to 400 degrees.
What is clean eating?
That's a great question. Clean eating is basically eat the original food. As Dr. Mark Hyman says it very, very clearly, clean eating means eat foods made by God That's original version of food with no chemicals like pesticide, preservative. And a lot of us actually don't realize that the processed food has a lot of preservative in it. This preservative is to kill the bacteria, is to prevent the fungus grow on the food. But these fungus is not eating this food, but we eat them. So what's the consequences? These chemicals, the preservatives, comes through our stomachs. It kills all of the good bacteria that our body needs. So a lot of time it will cause a lot of chronic stomach issues, and sometimes it leads to celiac disease. And so we really need to watch out the preservative in our food. That's why the eating clean is that we eat the basics, no preservative, no chemicals, and that's to optimize the total health. That's the way to go.
We know Mother Nature has provided us with all those fruits and vegetables in any seasons. For example, in summer season, we have melons, which is a lot of water in the fruit to hydrate us. In winter time and fall, it's mostly root vegetables to keep us healthy for during the cold or winter season. So, what are the effects of these vegetables and fruit on health?
Oh, the nutrient-dense food. Our body needs basic nutrients. Those minerals is mainly from the food. I mean, the minerals and the micronutrients like vitamin B, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin K. All these from vegetables is great. And we have green leafy vegetables in the summertime, and the root vegetables has a lot of minerals that our body needs. For example, zinc, magnesium, and all these are very, very rich from the root vegetables. And these minerals are key elements to keep our bodies regulate in the sugar, in the cholesterol. And that's why it's a food that we actually, it's a basics that is, the food that we need, because it provides us the basic nutrients that our body needs to keep it healthy.
Healthy, especially during the winter time.
Right.
We are going, 30 minutes is over, and we are going to have our delicious turnip, potato, and fennel roasted in the oven.
These would be a great dish for making snacks for kids. Afternoon when the kids come home, this is great snacks. Even Thanksgiving dinner, this would be a great thing for just, to welcome guests coming to your house. These is things.
It's very important, especially you brought up kids.
Yeah.
It's very important for the kids to learn how to eat healthy from the child when they're a child, because if they don't learn it, it's hard for them to break the habit later on.
Right.
So, would you like to taste some?
Sure, yes.
Oh, I hope you like them.
Thank you so much. All right, that would be great.
Let's see how it tastes.
Thank you so much, Elsa.
No problem. Enjoy. It's very aromatic.
That's right. The taste is really.
It's a little bit crunchy too. I think potatoes turned a little bit crunchy. That's good. Sometimes, it depends how thin or thick you cut the potatoes. That's why, sometimes they crunch.
This tastes like French fries to me, but it tastes so much better. It's a much healthier version.
Much healthier, and it also doesn't have all those chemicals and things. It's just olive oil and some seasonings. That's all. And as I said, you can put them in the blender and turn it into a soup with a little bit broth, any broth of your choice. And the way I do broth, usually when I boil something, some kind of vegetables, I put those the broth I don't throw them away. I just freeze them in the freezer whenever I need broth. That is what I come up with.
That's great. A lot of vitamins and minerals in it. It's actually great.
Okay, thank you for being with us today, Elsa.
You're
Do you have
welcome.
anything else to add to our program?
Yes, thank you for having me here today. I think nutritional education is very important. One out of two, according to CDC's number, that 50% of us have at least one chronic conditions and take at least one medications. And these medications cause nutritional depletions. And a lot of people don't understand that take long-term medications that cause nutritional depletions and that lead them to take more medications. So nutrition can break that cycle. I think nutrition education is the key to keep a public health healthy, that with restoring our total health, we need nutrition, especially people who have a chronic disease or chronic conditions. We need to live healthier, and people need to know nutrition plays a role in our life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us again, and thank you for helping me to cook. It's important to take good care of yourself and to maintain your health by making healthy food choices. You would be able to avoid and recover from any sickness and illnesses. In case if you do come down with cold or flu, you should still try to consume food high in vitamins and minerals, as they can reduce the severity and duration of symptoms. As Elsa mentioned during the program, some foods are natural antihistamine, such as ginger and fennel. Some are natural antibiotics, such as turnips and garlics. Some contain vitamin C and help in boosting the immune system, such as potatoes and turnips. Some have anti-inflammatory property, such as ginger, paprika, and turnips, potatoes, and phenols. That is all we use in our program today. Some have antibacterial properties, such as paprika and also garlic. Some other are antimicrobial, such as garlic. Thank you for being with us today, and remember, there is no better time than now to start living healthy.
Thank you so much.